Oscar season is just barely getting started, yet the ceremony has gripped the headlines thanks to plenty of behind-the-scenes drama. If only we could be assured that the telecast itself would be this juicy. But Academy President Tom Sherrick has complained that audiences are fickle, criticizing the show one year for being too old, then again for being too young. Tom, if Franco and Hathaway had been any good, trust me, we'd all be having a very different conversation right now. But they weren't good. They were a train wreck, leading the Academy to try and go straight down the middle of the age gap with Brett Ratner producing this year's show. However, Ratner proved to air a little too frat boy, and his behavior promoting Tower Heist was in such poor taste that he had to resign from his Oscar gig. Then, in a misguided show of solidarity, Ratner's Tower Heist star Eddie Murphy also dropped out as host. A fascinating pandemonium set in, which Ricky Gervais capitalized on by offering to host both the Golden Globes and the Oscars as a 2-for-1 deal and a 20% discount. See, Gervais's status as Golden Globes host has also been stirring the pot, with NBC desperately wanting him back, but the Hollywood Foreign Press Association dead set against it. This even led to a lunch in Paris. Paris! This story gets better and better, which led many news outlets, including this one, to report a deal was done, when apparently that is not the case. But while the Golden Globes are still up in the air, the Academy has been quick to lock down the Oscars. Yes, in a matter of days, Hollywood mega producer Brian Grazer stepped in as producer, and Billy Crystal was brought back to host the show for the 9th time. Granted, save Bob Hope, Crystal is arguably the most famous and loved Oscar host. But Crystal himself tweeted that he decided to host the show so the young woman in the pharmacy will stop asking my name when I pick up my prescriptions. That's a pretty funny joke. Hey, Crystal's already off to a great start. But as the saying goes, it's funny 'cause it's true. Will Crystal's lack of name recognition hurt the show? In fact, the Academy had actually snubbed Crystal's offer to host the show earlier this year in favor of Eddie Murphy. So what do you think? Is the team of Grazer and Crystal who the Academy should have hired from the beginning, or a safe bet brought on by a freak bad publicity storm? And with all this talk of who's hosting year after year, why doesn't anyone ever talk about who's writing? Because quite frankly, for a show that's supposed to highlight quality, the Oscars has some of the most bargain basement writing in the industry. Personally, I vote for more clip reels. Everyone loves a good montage, even when Billy Crystal is running through it. As always, write your thoughts down below. I'm Grace Randolph, and this has been a Movie Bite. You can watch more right now.